top question I get asked all the time. How does GLP-1 dosing actually work? Let me break it down for you. Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Dr. Meghan. I'm a board certified physician in internal medicine, lifestyle medicine, and obesity medicine. And this is really important because I actually prescribe these medications all the time. I actually talk to patients about their weight all the time. I've helped hundreds of patients lose weight, and I'm here to help you too. So if you're confused about your weight, if you have questions about weight medicine, and if you want medically based, fact-based answers to your questions, you are in the right place. Welcome. I get asked this question all the time. People are always wondering, how does the dosing actually work? It seems very confusing. There are lots of different doses. Do I stay on one forever? When do I move up? So let's break it down. And in this video, I'm talking about semaglutide and tirzepatide, which are the most popular GLP-1 medications at the time of this filming. The first thing to be aware of when you are thinking or you have started this medication class is that you should be mentally prepared to be on this medication forever. At the time of this filming, that is the standard. If people go off this medication, nothing bad happens. It's just the medication stops working. And so for most people, now again, there's always going to be that rare person that keeps the weight off, but for most people, what we know, what I've seen in real time and what the research shows is that the weight tends to come back on. Not in a day, but it does tend to creep back up over time. So if you are starting one of these medications, you want to be in the mindset that you will be on this medication forever. Secondly, I am always starting somebody at the lowest dose, the 0.25 milligrams of Wegovy or the 2.5 milligrams of tirzepatide. Now that dose, you may or may not notice weight loss at that dose, but it's really just to get your body used to being on this medication. So if you lose weight, great. If you don't, I'm not really worried about it because we have plenty of room to go. Some people don't actually lose a lot of weight in the beginning. Some people, for whatever reason, especially if they're on medications, it takes a little bit longer. They have to be on a higher dose to see results. So if you do lose weight on that tiny baby dose, great. If you don't, not a big deal. Just stick with it and keep talking with your doctor. The fastest you can go up on these two medications is after every fourth dose, which is also after every fourth week. So each shot is for 7 days. And so the fastest you can go up is on the fifth shot. Now, not everybody is going to be ready to do that. And that depends on a lot of different factors. And I've made videos about that as well, but it really depends on how well you're tolerating it, what your weight loss, the trajectory has been. If it's been like it's really steep and you're losing weight very quickly, your doctor might not be in a real hurry to bump you up to a dose. And you might not be in a hurry to go up on the dose. But if someone's tolerating the medication really well, they're losing weight at, 1 to 2 pounds a week, maybe it's slowed down a little bit, the fastest they could think about increasing to the next dose would really be after they've had at least 4 shots on a dose. Now, like I said, there are going to be some reasons why we don't want to increase somebody after that fourth dose, whether they're losing weight really quickly, or maybe they're having a lot of side effects. We want to give their body a little bit more time to adjust to the medication. That happens for a lot of people. You can tolerate one dose fine, you go up to the next dose, and wow, a lot of side effects that you weren't anticipating. That can definitely happen for people. We might want to keep you on one dose for maybe 2 to 3 months, even though you were on the other doses for just 1 month at a time. That's not completely unusual, and everybody's going to respond a little bit differently. Also, the pace for you might not have anything to do with how you're tolerating the medication, and it really may have to do with your insurance or how available the medication is. That can actually slow the pace of progression down as well. Another important thing that I think people get confused about is what's the goal? Because I have a lot of patients say, okay, well, what's my maintenance dose going to be? Like once I lose all the weight, like then do I go down on a dose? What happens? A lot of them think that there's some big change that happens when they get to their goal weight. And as somebody who's helped hundreds of people get to their goal weight, I can tell you really it's not that fancy. Basically, these medications, semaglutide and tirzepatide, are dose dependent, meaning that we can expect somebody to lose more weight the higher up they go. So for me, for your average patient, my goal is to advance them in a comfortable fashion to the highest dose or the highest dose they can tolerate, because I know that's where they're going to lose the most weight. Now, again, that's not going to be for everybody. Not everybody is going to need to go to the highest dose, and not everybody is going to be able to tolerate the highest dose. But if we're not worried about those things, my goal is that I'm going to be able to get somebody eventually to the highest dose, because that's where they're going to lose the most weight. That's where they're going to see the greatest effect. It is not the type of thing where you get to the highest dose and then we back it down, or then we start over again, or we do some sort of very complicated thing. Now, in the future, might these things come out? Might we have different protocols? It's very possible, but at the time of this filming, basically, we know the medications are dose dependent, and the maintenance dose is basically the highest dose you can tolerate that is getting you the weight loss effect that you and your doctor want. We are not changing things around. If it's not broke, don't fix it. So that's going to do for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you have questions, you can definitely leave them on this video or on another video. I will find them and add them to the list. If you want to make the most of your GLP-1 medication, but you still have a chaotic relationship with food, or you can't get yourself to go to the gym, or there's all these other circumstantial issues that are interfering with you getting your money's worth out of this medication, I work with people around the world as a life coach to help them with the non-medical aspects of their weight loss, especially for people who are already on GLP-1 medication. So I will leave all that info down below. Thank you so much for watching, and please be well.